We are halfway through our rotisserie chicken challenge, heating up in the kitchen.
So here's where it stands. Lori Kroll, yesterday she got the lead. She had her curried chicken empanadas. So she got a 17 here to try to beat that. Owner of Cafe 421 in Minneapolis, Antigoni Sander McCloud.
Hi, how's it going?
Antigoni, back to judge, as he has been all week from Cities 97 BT. And BT, before we get to this recipe, you got an event coming up you want to tell us about, right?
Thank you, my friend. The annual City Pages Iron Fork Competition, big chef's competition, Iron Chef type of takeoff. Iron Fork Competition, tomorrow night, International Market Square. Chef Seth Bixby Doherty and myself will MC together once again. There's a bartenders competition and the chefs as well, so it's a fun event.
Tickets
come
still available, BT?
Tickets still available. Go to City Pages, their website. They're the annual sponsor of it, and get some information there.
Awesome.
Whoa.
Okay.
Get ready to judge. We've got our own competition going on right here.
Here we go.
All right.
Tig, what are you making first of all?
So the dish on a whole, it's a casserole. It's based on the traditional Greek casserole of moussaka.
Yeah.
But I've done it with orzo pasta, roasted diced eggplant on top, and then the icing on the cake, so to speak, is the bechamel crust on top, which is composed of a traditional roux that we're going to make here, which is butter and flour. Then we're going to add in some delicious things like milk, feta cheese, parmesan, and then eggs to make it fluff in the oven.
Okay, but I didn't hear her say one ingredient.
Chicken.
Chicken. Rotisserie chicken.
Rotisserie chicken.
Sorry, I was so nervous about the chickenosity of the dish that I forgot about
Chickenacity?
it. Chickenacity,
yeah. That's like when I made a kale soup on this show and then I almost forgot to put the kale in. Remember
I saw that one. Yeah,
see, that's
I remember.
what happens. You get so in. So you got butter melted and then you're adding the flour.
Yep.
We're going with the roux, right?
Exactly, and I know you have made this on the show several times before. This is going to be the base for a macaroni and cheese or an Alfredo sauce or something like that. And it's just pretty much equal amounts of butter and flour.
This is a roux, and a bechamel is one of the first things my mom ever taught me how to make.
Really?
And she always said you have to stir so much, so
Yes.
I really became a panicked person about it. And you don't actually need to be that panicked.
You don't. You just don't want it to burn.
Yeah.
So basically you start to get this nice golden color.
Yep.
And then you're
Your mom started you out high. Like, you
Yeah,
would think it'd be like Kraft macaroni and cheese or ramen noodles.
But it was because
Roux and
she
a bechamel?
made a bechamel sauce because she made
Bechamel.
homemade mac and cheese, and that was like my favorite thing.
Right.
So then she would teach us how to make it.
Now, do you make it to this day the same way your mom taught you to make mac and cheese?
I do quite often.
Oh,
yes.
So good.
We'll remind you the three categories at stake here: chickenacity, creativity, and taste. Taste being double the value of any other category.
Okay, so what are we looking for here?
So you're looking for the milk to start to sort of stick to the back of your whisk or a spoon if you're using a wooden spoon.
Yeah.
And you can see here like it's starting to get a little bit sticky. And it will start to get thick because the flour and the butter kind of turn into a paste when you're working on it. So it's a little bit of kitchen magic.
Yeah, it really is.
And then you take it off of the heat to add in your cheeses.
That's
We've got feta, and then about a half a cup of grated Parmesan.
Okay.
And then you can put it back on there, and you see it starting to get nice and thick.
See how fast that is? That takes like 2 seconds.
Oh, it's so easy.
That's
and
like less time than it is to heat up a jar of white sauce.
Oh, it's so easy, and you wonder why we always go to these like super easy ingredients, but here we go to the rotisserie chicken. We cut that out of the mix. You don't have to cook your own chicken, so you can spend extra time on some of these other little tricks.
All right.
Now, the key to a lot of bechamels is a little hint of nutmeg, and this goes really well with our casserole because there's cinnamon and allspice in the tomato sauce because that's very Greek, and it gives a little bit of warmth to the tomato sauce.
What is happening here?
And here we're adding egg yolks. And the egg yolks, as we know about kitchen science, that will help the crust sort of puff up because traditionally when you make mac and cheese, it's not puffy, it just kind of all mixes in with the pasta.
Yeah.
Here we get a nice little golden color, and
Your arm's
we've
gotta
got...
be tired.
Oh, I'm very strong. Very, very strong.
In here,
yeah.
there's the orzo pasta, and then what else?
Orzo pasta, and then the rotisserie chicken.
Yep.
And I diced the eggplant here, and I sliced it on the round. Oops, there goes the whisk.
That's okay.
So sliced it this way and cut the dice out of the circles, and I got nicer even dice that way.
Okay.
Roasted it in the oven, topped it, and then we pour the delicious sauce on top, and I'll just do it.
Well, we're going to hope for your sake that at the end of the week, you're not saying, there goes the whisk. You're saying, here comes the whisk.
Once, and I want it back so
of course,
bad.
We're referring to the golden whisk, which is
go.
at stake here for these great chefs.
Okay, and then you bake this off?
Bake this for about 40 to 50 minutes in the oven at 350, and you get a final product that looks like that, nice and bubbly and brown, kind of like a pizza.
This, but the important judge here is the only judge, and that is BT from Cities 97. Chickenacity is worth 5 points, BT. What are you thinking?
I wish that there were fractions or decimals allowed, because I actually wanted to give you 4.5 points here, but we don't have that factored into our methodology here.
Are we going to round up?
I wanted the chicken just to have a few more chunks in there, but the flavor and the chicken matched up so nicely, so I give you 4 points for it.
Okay, very good.
4 points for chickenacity. That's a good start.
I wanted to go 4.5.
Okay, BT, we can't.
Here's our producer.
Because I need to add this. I don't know who's on the segment Thursday or Friday, but you better bring your A+ game, because as far as creativity to take chicken from a rotisserie mode and bring it into a moussaka style thing, 5.
5 out of 5. Very nice.
Oh, that is good.
Are you kidding me?
This one's worth 10.
10.
Oh my gosh, Tig! This is a big deal. Someone do some math. What does that mean? That's 19.
That's a 19.
19.5.
That's a 19.
I'll help you out there. That'd be 19.
Yeah.
I was so blown away by the taste. Wow.
You're right. They're going to have to bring it on Thursday or Friday. That's for sure. They got to go perfect to beat her.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, BT. Thank you so much. We appreciate it.
That is a dish of comfort deliciousness.
Yay,
nice
thank
job,
you.
Tig.
Somebody's going to celebrate with a glass of wine at Cafe 421.
Come on down.
All right, you got to make this, because we have this recipe and then all the recipes that we are featuring this week during this challenge. Our chefs are creating them just for you. Go to TwinCitiesLive.com and click on food.